This is Joseph Coco. I'm at MoCCA Fest 2014 on behalf of Becca Hilburn's Art Process blog. Keep on trucking, Natto Soup. If you could introduce yourself, please.
Sure. Eli Neugeboren.
All right, Eli. And what brings you to MoCCA Fest this year?
This is my first time actually tabling at a convention, and the thing
Any convention?
At any convention.
Okay.
Yeah. So the thing that brought me here is the fact that it felt it was finally time. I have a comic book. I got a bunch of T-shirts that I printed up, and I just figured I'm drawing more and more all the time, and I wanted to get some more exposure and expand my my network, my network, my audience, the whole thing, and see what to see what it's like on the other side of the table.
Yeah, definitely. So you've been attending conventions for a little while?
Definitely. Yeah, I mean since I was a kid. They've certainly changed a lot since then, but yeah.
Yeah. Certain comic conventions, which can't be named, have grown to ridiculous proportions.
Ridiculous proportions.
MoCCA Fest is not one of those, thankfully. So, did you have an illustration background or a sequential art background?
I was a fine arts major, a painting major when I was an undergrad, and then I worked as an illustrator, and I worked as a graphic designer, and the bulk of my work over the last 10 years or so has been photo retouching. But then I got a job as a professor, which has allowed me now to get back to the drawing.
Right, more hobbies.
Yeah. Well, and making the hobby the profession. That's the goal.
That's the dreams.
Yeah.
So, did you have much interest in teaching before pursuing it, or it's just something you kind of fell into?
My father was a professor growing up, and I heard a lot about all of the drama. And then when I went to grad school, I witnessed the sort of the little fiefdoms that people would fight over. And didn't think it would be anything that I would want to
emulate.
Yeah, and then I saw a listing, and it was a job in Brooklyn, and it kind of was perfect. So I threw my hat in the ring and managed to have the winning lottery ticket, I guess. And it's been very, very good to me. So I really, the best part about teaching is the teaching. Everything
as opposed to the paperwork and
the committees and all that nonsense. But the teaching is amazing. I really enjoy working with students.
Are you teaching younger students or older?
They're freshmen through seniors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In high school?
No, college.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
so
great.
I teach at CUNY, City Tech out in Brooklyn.
Okay. And with a fine art background, have you tried to put some of your comic pages in museums, or do you think it's too much of a struggle to?
I think I'm doing this instead of trying to do the gallery thing.
Okay, that makes sense.
This feels a lot more natural to me than the gallery side of things.
Okay, well, can you tell me a little bit about your comic? How long have you been working on it?
The comic is an adaptation of my father's section of one of my father's novels. My father's standing next to me right there, by the way.
I'm the father.
Hello. And I've been thinking about trying to collaborate with him for a number of years, and I've been working on this for 2 or 3 years now, in fits and starts when I have time for it, when I'm not doing client work and teaching.
Right. Are you working primarily digitally or traditionally?
Digitally. It's actually completely digital.
Okay. And you did that. You did that for time constraints, or it's just your preferred?
No, for time. I think it was for time constraints, and just I think at some point in the near future I want to do something traditional media. My background is brush and ink. So the other ongoing series I have is this drawing the news, where I just pick a story, an interesting photo from the news every day, and draw it. And it's been a kind of great exercise.
And that's how you've been building up an audience online. You talked about kind of bringing this up to the next level. I assume you've been regularly posting things online for a while now?
Yeah, Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, kind of everywhere.
And where could we find some of that?
I am Enoogs, ENOOGS, in all forms.
Any Google search for that will
or my name will land you in all those places.
Yeah, is there any advice you might give to someone who is maybe releasing a full-color comic for the first time and considering coming to MoCCA Fest for the first time?
I would say give yourself a lot more time than you think you need. To get the files done, to get the files to the printer, to wait for things to be printed.
Yeah, because paying for rush printing is not going to do well for you if it's the first time you're going to a convention.
Yeah, it could have been very stressful. It was stressful, but not very stressful. But it could have been a lot more stressful.
Have many of your online fans approached you at the convention, or recognize you just walking?
Fans, but no, nobody has. That's part of what this is to expand beyond my sort of immediate network of friends and friends of friends.
Right, certainly.
People like yourself, people that I haven't met before, but might be drawn to the work.
Definitely. I do like your work. So how did you get into the t-shirts? Was that before the comics?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've always read comics and I've always tried to get interesting shirts, and through the years somebody needs a t-shirt drawn, or a lot of my work has ended up on shirts and I've always had ideas for it. And I've done a couple of dabbles of getting a couple of runs printed of shirts, but this is the first time I did a bunch of designs all at once. And trying to actually, like I set up a real shop online for it. So the investment of that plunge is definitely, that's a new thing.
Yeah, it can just sometimes be hard to balance between comics and working on other things to promote you, and other things which might be more financially viable, I guess you could say, than indie comics.
Right. Well,
Yeah, I think doing almost anything which can draw more work to you as an artist is certainly a step in the right direction.
I think I've got, I've sort of always had the problem of being a little like spread too thin, or having too many styles, or not working in, like, not being the guy that does that one thing.
Is it a webcomic?
Right. You don't have that 900 pages of a single webcomic online.
Right. Yeah, or even just a stylistic thing. Like, my style, I think, is unified, but I think as I've gotten older, now whatever these multiple threads are, there's enough accrued, enough accumulated that they're all sort of legitimate in their own right.
Yeah.
Or I'm hoping they are.
Well, you've established yourself as an artist well enough, whether you've established yourself in those particular areas.
Right.
Okay, well, I appreciate you talking to me. I hope you have a good MoCCA Fest.
Awesome.